It's been 15 years since Israel's Prime Minister was assassinated, and it's been over 100 years since the Israeli-Palestinian conflict began. The two ethnic groups live on a piece of land only about 40 miles wide on average. In order to live side by side peacefully, proposals for coexistence were made. Yet the conflict continues. Our correspondents bring us more details.
The Jews claim that they returned to their father's land after the Holocaust and have the right to live here. The Palestinians say they were here first. There was an understanding by both sides that there should be two states for two nationalities. This meant that residents in certain areas would need to be evacuated. The Oslo Agreement was one attempt made to resolve this ongoing issue. But out of fear that this agreement would be implemented, the Israeli Prime Minister was killed by a Jewish assassin, one of his own people. Here on these stairs, Prime Minister Yitzhak Rabin was assassinated 15 years ago.
At this place, just behind the stairs here, Yitzhak Rabin, the Israeli Prime Minister, was assassinated, shot by a single assassin, a man by the name of Yigal Amir, on account of, at least that is the official statement, on account of political disagreements. Due to Yitzhak's will, or at least the thinking that Yitzhak Rabin would make peace and return lands for the sake of peace.
Thousands of people rallied here at this square, which has since been named Rabin Square. 15 years later, people are sad and many lack optimism.
I was at this square when that event took place, and since then I make sure to attend every memorial rally. Since for me it's about Israel, which is disappearing, the people I miss, the education I received, my hopes, my expectations, my wishes for this child, a better Israel. I came because it's a day of mourning for the Jewish people wherever they are. It's very sad that the Prime Minister wished to make peace, but was murdered.
The voice of Israel's President Shimon Peres is heard through loudspeakers, calling for a victory of the majority and not of the gun.
Our democracy counts votes, it does not count shots. Democracy will prevail, people will win.
The Israeli-Palestinian conflict continues. The nation itself is divided over whether to give out the occupied territories that were conquered with blood in exchange for a promise for peace. On the other side, would Arabs be willing to accept what Israel has offered?
I was quite young, in the 6th grade at the time. I was quite shocked by the whole thing, as was the whole country. I came here after 15 years to commemorate. I do not really believe that there is a chance for coexistence in the country. The state is going in the opposite direction. I think that for the Arabs it is not so much about peace, but rather it is the land they want and things of this sort. They want to gain more from the country and aren't really interested in peace.
I do not think that people in this country are mature enough to welcome coexistence. I do not think that the other side is ready as well. It's hard for me to say, but I think that much blood would still be shed here before people come to understand that living is better than dying.
Sadness and longing are seen in people's faces, yet the pain keeps strengthening them to come and commemorate.
I really hope that this traumatic event will contribute towards uniting people in the goal of peace. I think everyone wants peace, all who've gathered here, without exception. I hope that peace will come. It's time to make this land safe for our children and grandchildren for years to come.
Entity Israel.